Hey guys, and happy Saturday. So today I'm going to be making some paper fabric into paper. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm going to be taking some of my favorite fabric pieces and turning them into paper or using them with paper. I don't know how you want to explain that, but a friend of mine showed me how to do this and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I'm finally trying it out and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to be using a lot of these fabric scraps from the Dollar Tree and some, just scrap paper that I have, some just different types of scraps that I have. I put this stuff aside. You can use old mail that has like a blank piece. You can use whatever you want. I'll just be using random pieces that I have. So I'm starting off with this cute paper or fabric from the Dollar Tree. You're going to need some saran wrap or cling wrap. This is the plastic wrap from the Dollar Tree and it works fine, so you can use that. So you're going to take a piece of paper, put it down, then put your saran wrap down, and then you'll take your fabric and you're going to use that. I'm going to use this ribbon. I've never tried it with the ribbon, but I thought it would be cool. Then you're going to use some wax paper. It has to be wax paper, or it doesn't have to be wax paper, but it works best. Then you're going to take a piece of the wax paper. Make sure that you have the waxy side down or you're going to mess your iron up. So make sure the waxy side is down. And then you're going to just go ahead and iron over all of it so that you melt the saran wrap. That plastic wrap, the saran wrap, cling wrap, whatever you want to call it, is going to act like the glue or the adhesive to stick that fabric to the paper. So then you let that cool. Make sure you let it cool off or else it's not going to work. And then you're going to peel off the wax paper from on top of everything. Once you pull that wax paper off, then you're going to be able to cut it just like it was any type of paper or anything like that. It cuts. You can use a paper trimmer. I'll show you that here shortly. Scissors, rotary cutter, whatever you want to cut it with, you can cut it with. I was going to try tearing it, but I forgot to try it. So I'll try that and then let you know. And I will be using most, if not all, of these paper fabric pieces that I make today. I'm going to be using them in an upcoming collaboration that I'm a part of next week or this coming week. So definitely be sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so that you're notified when that video uploads, because you're going to want to be a part of it so that you can be part of the giveaway that's associated with it. So I will have more information about that on my community tab. So like I said, just be sure you're subscribed. And since you're here, hit that like button and leave a comment down below. If you're coming over here from the playlist, welcome and thank you so much for stopping by. And like I said, just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, notification bell, all those good things, and stick around because I've got lots of stuff coming up this month and definitely more stuff coming up because of the holiday. So just stick around. I'm hoping that you'll like what you see. All right, so sometimes when you're done doing this, the corners don't stick that well. So what you do is just go ahead and take that wax paper, put it right back on top of it, and just kind of go over it. Like I said, because sometimes the corners just don't stick. Sometimes you don't even need to put the wax paper on here. And I think in a little bit later, you'll see I just kind of go over it with the iron without the wax paper. The wax paper is so that the cling wrap doesn't get onto your iron. But once, you've already done the part where you're cutting it, you don't really need the wax paper. I just kind of put it on there just in case. But yeah, you don't need it once the cling wrap is already melted and everything's glued down. So these two are done and they're really hot, so be careful. And like I said, just when you're done doing the ironing initially, just let it cool. Usually what I was doing here was I was just kind of mass producing them. I just wanted to show you this one specifically, kind of step by step, a little bit slower, just so you can see the process. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few more and kind of I'm not going to walk you through it necessarily. I'm just going to show you how I did it and you'll be able to see again what I'm doing. I may just kind of give you a little bit of instruction again, but yeah, so you take your paper and then you want to make sure that you have something protecting your surface. Here I have like a cutting board down, and then I have a couple pieces. I have like a towel, one of those rugs from the Dollar Tree, and then I put a paper bag. I cut it up and I put a paper bag down just to protect my surface. I don't want any cling wrap getting on everything, but you can use whatever you have. And then you take whatever paper you're going to use, put that with the blank side down, or whatever side you want showing, you want that face down. And then you're going to put your cling wrap on there, put your fabric down, get your wax paper, again, waxy side down, and then you're just going to go ahead and you are just going to iron over all of it. Kind of smooth it out just so there's no bubbles, but usually once you get that iron on there, it kind of does it for you. But you just want to make sure everything's kind of even. You want to make sure there's plastic wrap on underneath the whole piece of fabric, or else it's not going to stick, because again, that is what is going to be used as the adhesive or the glue for this project. So you want to make sure that that is underneath, covering the whole piece of fabric so that it glues on to the paper. And again, you can use whatever kind of paper you can use. If you want to use a paper bag, make it look a little bit more vintage. You can use old, scraps or anything like that. Junk mail. If you want to use this for a junk journal and you want it to be, you want it to be actual, an actual junk journal, then use some mail, old mail that you don't want anymore. Especially pieces that have like a blank side would work really well, because then you'll have a whole blank side that you can write on. But again, you can use whatever you want. So guys, today is the So You Think You Can Craft Challenge, and my co-host is the amazing Maddie over at Artsy Maddie. I will have her link in the description box for her channel, along with the link for the playlist. So whoever has joined us for this collab or this challenge, all their videos will be in that playlist. So be sure to check out the playlist, check out Maddie's channel. And if you're coming over here from her channel, from the playlist, again, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you guys stick around, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, because I have tons of stuff coming up. And I want to just thank Maddie for co-hosting for me. And guys, thank you so much for, participating, for all the participants and everyone who's watching. I appreciate you so much. So I'm just going to kind of mass produce a few, not mass produce like I'm making, a ton of them, but I'm just going to go through and kind of make a few of them, and I'll probably speed this up just a little bit. I don't know. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing, but it's going to take a long time. So I don't want to sit here showing you the same thing over and over again, but I may just kind of cut this out so that you don't have to see this all over again. But I just wanted you to see the process a few more times, just so you can kind of get the hang of it and kind of see what I do. So I'm going to show you a couple more here, and then I'm going to move on to the next step. so now that they are all kind of mass produced, as I was saying earlier, I'm just going to go through and kind of show you how to separate them. So you just go ahead, try to find the corner of the fabric or the paper, and then just peel off the wax paper. And then you can use this just like you would use any kind of paper. You can cut it, like I said, with your scissors, use a rotary cutter, use your X-Acto knife, anything like that. It will cut just like paper because you do have that background to it. And like I said, it'll work just like paper. What I think I'm going to do with these is I'm going to use stickers on them, use labels on them, probably glue some other paper on top of it or embellish it, something like that. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with these yet. So just stay tuned because like I said, I have a video coming up this week and I'm going to be trying to use as many of these pieces as I can in that video. So definitely stay tuned for that. And again, sometimes the corners don't stick completely, so just go ahead with the iron, put that wax paper over it. And sometimes, again, you don't even need the wax paper. You can just kind of iron over the fabric once all the saran wrap is gone. But just to save your iron in case, you don't have like a craft iron, one that you use separately for it. This one is what I pretty much use this for, is all my crafting, so I don't mind if it gets dirty. So yeah, so once you're done, then you have another sheet of paper. So see, I'm going right here into the corner there because sometimes it just, I don't know, just doesn't stick the way that I want it to. So this is all you have to do to kind of rectify that problem. So there you go. You have, oops, it was really hot. So you have a nice little piece of paper there, decorative paper. And again, you can use it for a journal, a planner. You can make bookmarks out of this. Make ephemera pieces out of it. There's so many different things that you can do. So again, stay tuned because I will be using these in an upcoming video, and that may be my last like paper craft one for just a little while. But today's challenge was fabric, and I thought it would be cool to do this because once my friend showed this to me, I thought, I'm not kidding, I thought this was the coolest thing ever. And because I always buy the little pieces from the Dollar Tree of the fabric, and then I don't ever use them. And I figured this was a great way to use them. So here I'm just showing you that you can use your paper trimmer to cut your new fabric paper. And this one wasn't completely glued down on one corner, so it kind of pulled one of the corners up, but that was my fault because I cut it before I had checked to see if it was completely glued down. But once it's glued down, you're gravy. You can use it in your paper trimmer and it will not pull. But yeah, this time, like I said, I hadn't checked it to see if it was completely glued down and it kind of pulled up a little bit, but that's okay. You can fix it. You can always fix it. So I'm just going to go ahead, keep cutting these pieces. And like I said, you can use these for so many different things. And then you can use whatever kind of paper you want on the back of it to kind of make it a double-sided piece. Or if you just want to make this a more user-friendly, like in a journal, then obviously you can use whatever kind of paper you want on the back. Or if you're going to stick it onto something, it doesn't really matter. Then you can just use whatever you want as the paper on the back. So again, I'm just going to go over it with the iron to kind of stick those corners back in, and that's all that you have to do with these. So then I'm just going to show you the finished product of all of them rather than showing you how I do this over and over again. All right, so here are all of the pieces that I made today. And again, these are so easy and so cute, and it's a way for you to use your scraps of fabric, of paper, any little pieces of scrap ribbon. Then you can just kind of glue them onto your journals or planners, or you can use these as scrapbook, as a junk folder covers if you use junk paper. I mean, there's so many ways that you can use this. I just love the way these all turned out. And again, it's a great way to use these fabric squares that I get from the Dollar Tree. So definitely going to be making more of this. And see, you can get ribbon to kind of match your fabric or paper or whatever. And I just think it gives it more texture and just makes it a lot easier to use and more user friendly. So same thing, right? Easier to use, user friendly, same difference. So that's it, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Maddie, for co-hosting, and thank you to all the participants. Again, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And guys, until next time, be blessed and be the reason someone smiles. And I'm about to make some more fabric paper. Bye, guys.